This is AVIOT, Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY Productions, a media education company.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Jay Stokes and Jay Random on the AVIOT podcast. We hope everyone's well, and we're headed to a new episode. Hello. What's going on, Jay Random?
Chilling. Yo, you're right. We just jumped in, man. I was actually looking at something, so I'm doing good.
Yeah. Nah, the reason why I wanted to jump in right quick is because I was going to ask you a question, and I was like, rather than like us have a discussion and talk about it later, I just wanted to mention it now. There's a video that was circling around on The Breakfast Club. I've stopped watching that show just because a lot of what the hosts say on there I disagree with, but now and then I tune in to hear certain news that's trending. And what happened was Jadena, the musician, I don't know if you call him a singer, rapper, whatever. He was trending because he was saying he was in a polyamorous relationship in which the girl he was dealing with was sleeping with another dude or other dudes, and he was sleeping with multiple women, and he felt hurt that she was sleeping with other dudes, but he felt like he couldn't tell her what to do. I'm like, dude, like, you must not be about that life. I mean, I guess you're not about that life.
I mean, yeah, like, come on, man. Come on, stop this. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, if you want to sleep around with all these people, the risks you take are definitely STIs, pregnancy, or even jealous significant others, because a lot of people are shady out here nowadays. So
disgusting, not shady. Shady and disgusting.
Disgusting. So it's like they'll sleep with you, but not say that they are dealing with somebody else, and now you're caught in the middle of a crossroads and you don't know because you're not asking any questions. You're just like, hey, whatever.
Yo, listen, you're so right, and it's disgusting how people are. I actually have, I want to say a friend, maybe more friends, but I want to say a friend right now that I can think of who's out there wilding, man. I'm like, dude, what the freak is your problem, man?
Yeah.
Like it's never that serious to have sex, unprotected sex with someone, let alone someone that's not your girl. Like pussy is not that important to the point that I'm gonna walk around looking like Willie. No, sorry, what's that slogan? Willie Limp Dick. You know, got warts all. You know what I'm saying? Got warts all on my penis and shit. Like for what? But come on, it's not worth it. So when he tells me the stuff he's doing, I'm like, dude. And he's not just messing with one girl. And I'm like, yo, you wildin', son.
But you know, like, the crazy thing with that, though?
You my dude, but you wildin'.
But it's always those people that never catch anything. Then
that is so true.
You go through life doing everything right, and you do have one slip up, and then you messed up for life.
Messed up for life. Now you walking around, your dick laying next to you talking about, son, was she really worth it? He like, yo, get back on. He like, nah, son, I ain't messing with you, nasty. Was she really worth it? Like, why you sound like a smoker? Because I do sound like a smoker.
Yo, that's what I was thinking. The one with the holes in the neck. And then get the jerk to the hole.
Was she really worth it?
Listen, I was just saying earlier to my friend. I was just saying to my friend earlier, I was saying, I believe you can make fun of anyone with a behavior that can be controlled. If they can control the behavior, you can make fun of them. But if it's like, you know, if it's like they're born with a mental issue, that's different. Unless you're Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac's the only one that can pull that one off. But
exactly. Nah, seriously, son. Nah, so no, you're right. And for him to even come out with that, that's kind of funny too, because you like, seriously, a real man, and I repeat, a real man is not tolerating that.
Oh no.
You know, and first of all,
exactly.
and also, let's be honest, not even a real man, a real person, woman or woman or male. If you're not down with that life, you need to be honest. You can't let a person think that, that you're going to roll with the punches only because if I don't, I'm going to lose this person. But guess what? Lose that person, because no one has time to be catching STDs, and everybody looking at him like, it ain't come from me. If it ain't
Yeah,
come from me, who
but
come from
remember,
it?
but remember, he was messing around with other people too. So
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying. Like,
yeah,
dude, don't ask for that life if you ain't ready for it. Because
yeah, because basically she turned him into a cuck. That's what she turned him into.
yeah, she did.
She did.
She did
Like,
too.
like you said, no real man gonna let no his girl be sleeping with other men. And I mean, I would think that upstanding woman would be like, nah, they not down for letting a dude sleep around on her either. I mean, unless she's, in a polygamous relationship, which is legal in non-Western countries, like in non-European countries, I should say, unless you're Mormon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, oof. Bad for him to come out with it because you just look like you look like a chump.
For real.
Because
For real.
don't forget at the end of the day, you're also the celebrity. Dang,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You the celebrity getting punked. Like,
Exactly.
come on, man. She worth it that much that you can't put your
Exactly.
foot down like, girl, you know who I am? You see how like, yo, even if you don't feel it, you better act like you feel that way. Be like, you know who I am? Yo, you understand? Yo, who said it the best? I think it was Drake, right? He said, you keep acting up, I'm gonna drop you. No, it was one of the rappers that basically said that they're gonna bring it back to the hood. Yeah, don't. Yeah, it was Drake. It was Drake.
Oh,
It was
that's not a
Drake.
great example either, because Drake is the
Well,
oof.
well, Drake. What Drake says 9 to 10, he don't write anyway. So
Uh,
he's like Drake's like Drake like Milli
dang,
Vanilli. So
dang, it's the Shade podcast today. What?
so you know Drake. Drake like a person who just read words. He ain't paying attention to the words at all. He's just reading them.
Oh my god.
And he said, light skinned dudes suck. And light skinned dudes suck. Like, yo, this dude dumb. He ain't even read. He don't understand what I'm saying about him. And he don't write his rhymes. And he don't write his rhymes. Like, oh no. This dude is
Right,
just reading words.
right. Yo,
So that's why I say, when it's all said and done, yeah, that's funny because I'm gonna tell you straight up,
mhm,
uh, ain't no real man gonna tolerate that. What I mean by that, or ain't no real woman gonna tolerate that. Because when
right,
it's all
right,
said and done, listen, I could do bad all by myself. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but in reality, listen, ain't no worse than you thinking your significant other cheating on you. So you kind of like, I'm gonna catch them or so blah blah blah. But when you know they cheating on you, it's like, come on, man, you are AKA boo boo the fool. Get a
exactly.
life.
And it's funny you mentioned that because the woman I'm about to mention, well, I was trying to do like a smooth transition, but yeah,
Yeah.
that that failed. Anyway, like you say, a real woman. So the person that comes to mind is Beyonce, because I'm like, didn't her husband cheat on her, Jay-Z? So I'm like, what does
Yeah.
that say about her character? What does that say about her? Is she a real woman? If she stayed, because it's Beyonce, dude. It's Beyonce. Beyonce can do bad all by herself. She's well off. And there are a bunch of dudes out here aside from me that she could pull. So what does that say about her?
What that says about her is that I think, well, this is how I feel, to be honest with you. Once a
Mhm.
cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
So, but when you're dealing with their problems, their problems is more costly. And in marriage itself, a rich marriage is more costly unless you just don't care, like the guy from Amazon. He wanted his
Jeff
girlfriend.
Bezos
Yeah,
and
Jeff
what's his name?
Bezos. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So unless you don't care like Jeff Bezos, the last thing you want to do is start now dividing your assets. And I mean, I feel like it's kind of tough because I feel because I want to say everyone, everyone, not everyone, but we're all human. We do make mistakes.
What? Hey, you changing your tune up, man. So now
Not
you're
at
trying to
all.
say because
Not at
they're
all.
rich all of a
Mm-mm.
sudden, now you're
No,
trying to
no,
say,
no,
oh
no.
yeah, this
You
is
ain't let me
different.
finish. You ain't let me
Okay,
finish.
okay, okay,
No,
okay.
all I was gonna say was, hey, listen, you can't tell people what to do in a relationship. That's all I was gonna say.
Oh
I was gonna
my
leave it like that.
god.
Cause really,
But
you
you
can't.
just said someone ain't a real woman, so you trying to say she must not be a real woman then?
No, 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 no.
You
You're
just
not
said
gonna
I
bait me.
need to
You're
press
not
the
gonna bait
rewind
me.
one.
No,
I
you
need
don't
to
need
press
it.
the
You don't need
rewind
to
button.
press a rewind, okay? Because listen, not even a real man, a real person, woman or female. I mean, sorry, woman or male. if you're not down with that life, you need to be honest. You can't let a person think that, oh, you're gonna do. I'm sorry, that you're gonna roll with the punches only because if I don't, I'm gonna lose this person. But guess what? Lose that person. Listen, no real woman, no real man is going to allow, okay, for their person to sleep with another person and know about it, okay? Like, he knew about it and he stayed there. Once you find out, then it's kind of like, okay, well, dude, I don't know. I don't know because to be honest with you, I don't live in their house, but I tell you one thing, it's rare that you see rich people getting divorced. It's rare. It's rare you see broke people getting divorced. Because you know what? Everybody, you know why? Because everybody talk a good game until shit hit the fan and they on that side. They're like, oh, whoa, wait,
no, I'm
wait.
bouncing. I'm bouncing. I'm bouncing.
You know, teach his own.
Tigger. I'll be like Tigger up for here.
Teach his own. But I tell you right now, boy, ain't nothing worse than when you get slapped with the face of reality. You be like, yo, wait a minute, yo, we over, and it's like, wait a minute. And I'm not saying that's what happened with Beyonce and Jay-Z or anyone else. I'm just saying, you know, I actually know someone who was in that situation, and this person I consider to be one of the strongest females I know, and I saw a side of her I didn't notice. I didn't know. But then once again, I can't fault her. I don't live in her, you know what I'm saying? I don't live in her life. I'm not in her shoes. I don't know why she, you know what I'm saying? She probably took, and so I asked her, and she was like, you know what? Sad part is she basically, not, I don't want to say she lied but she was a religious person. So the religion aspect was the reason why she was fighting for it.
That's the worst. Religion is the biggest crutch.
I know, but
biggest crutch.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So you know, so we don't know why people stay. We don't know why. And like I said again, the strongest person could be that person to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make, you know, you be like, wait a minute, nah, you deserve better. And they be like, well, I do, but and you're like, okay, listen, you can't make people do what they don't want to do. If they don't want to leave, then you might as well just walk out. Guess what? They're gonna leave you as a friend or as a bystander. So, you know, you got seriously, you gotta let people wake up.
But here's the thing, like, I agree with you. Yeah, let people live their lives, but I guess it's more so when you are preaching a certain message and your behaviors go against that. We're about to get on Jay-Z in a minute with that. But like Beyonce, she champions feminism. And, you know, she had that song to the left, everything you own in your box to the left. Like, I could get another you in a minute. You know what I mean? So it's like when you are presenting this personality, like, I can do a bad all by myself and da-da-da-da. And your man cheats on you and you're supposed to be the baddest, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be the one. That makes me look at you like, yo, I can't take you seriously. Does that make sense?
It does, but you gotta understand one thing. I hope you understand in life, and you live life just like I did. Everything is cool till the shit happens to you, and then you like, whoa, you forget about all your preaching. Just think about people think about half of the people who have these self-help books, and you know they don't believe half of the shit they said. You and I, we laugh about how our last show, how Nicki Minaj talk about hot girl summer. How'd you feel if your man told you to lose weight or something like that? We know at the end, we don't know, but I'm pretty sure Nicki Minaj is saying all this, but her man got her on lock. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I did write an article on that, and let's go to a quick commercial break.
And now for a quick commercial break.
To help better educate the public about media matters, Chemistry Productions co-founder Jay Stokes began writing for our personal web blog called Tit for Tat. You can find his writing at chemblog.wordpress.com. That's K3mblog.wordpress.com. Here, articles are posted every Thursday. Jay Stokes also writes media-related articles for Medium.com, which is a platform that helps pay our bills. Make sure to support by visiting Medium.com and search for J.Stokes.
All right, we're back. Sorry, that was kind of random. I just threw that on you for a minute.
Yo, if you see my face, son, I'm looking like, yo, can I start talking? What happened?
Yeah, so basically I wrote an article on that on medium.com, and I was pretty much talking about how Nicki Minaj posed that question, like, if your man asks you to get thicker, would you do it? And it's like she was kind of like toying with her Twitter followers about that. But then again, she's gotten surgery all of her career, and I can say that confidently. She has gotten cosmetic surgery. Like, she's never denied it, and if you look at her before and after photos, she's definitely gotten work done. And it's like, why would you get that work done for? You're doing it to appeal to the male gaze because, like, men in hip hop, black men in general, they tend to like that curvy physique. So you not having that physique beforehand, you're getting these surgeries in order to appeal to that. And that's why she's as famous as she is now.
I agree. My only thing was my only thing was for her. I never did like it on her.
Nah.
You know, and the sad part is she always looked like a midget. I mean, no disrespect to all short people, but
we gotta be politically correct.
okay,
Wait,
a short person.
No,
right?
wait, no. Hold up.
A dwarf?
Is AVIOT? I know we talk about all the time. We always flip flop. Is this show politically correct or no? Because it's an atypical point of view.
Okay, so what do I call midgets? So I call them short people, little people, right?
All right, this is what I'll do.
Okay.
For everything we say that might irritate people, because you know how people love to go in the past and pull up past sound bites or past tweets and stuff. Cancel culture. So if anything ever pops up, I'll write an article on it. So feel free to speak, Jay.
Okay. So I always felt like she looked like one of those Oompa Loompas. Wait a minute. Can I say that? Wait, that's not... Like, wait. Now, how is that? I mean, like, I don't know if I'm offending anybody. So I'm just going to just reel it in and say, I always thought her body looked different. So it never turned me on. So her doing that really was a turn off for me because it just didn't fit.
He said she looked like Oompa Loompa. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Willy Wonka in a chocolate factory. Let's get it.
Son. Oh my God. Body shaming 101. Anyways, I think, no, I know with me, I own up to anything. Like, if I change my views on things, because people change, like, they change their viewpoints. With the cheating and the relationship thing, I stand firm with that. I know I did change my viewpoints on gangs, because I always used to be very, like, strong on, why would you join a gang for? I mean, like, you only put yourself in harm's way. Like, you gotta be smarter than that. But I didn't grow up in that culture of gang culture. But in a lot of circumstances, people put themselves in gangs for protection in their environment. So they might be coming from school, and there might be a gang that might want to rob them. If they're part of a gang, then their gang members might protect them. So it's a life that I don't know about. And I will say I was wrong with that mentality that I had once upon a time.
Cool.
Yeah, so now we got to get on people flip-flopping, because this flip-flop, this is sitting the wrong way with me. Jay-Z in this NFL situation, I know we were texting back and forth. Dude, I read, like, you see this? You see this stack I got in front of me? I read like 8 articles today on this topic, and it is so all over the place. Basically, Jay-Z partnered with the NFL. I think he's going to be helping with their Super Bowl concerts.
Yeah.
The Rock Nation company, which he is, I think he's the CEO of or something. They're going to be in charge of the Super Bowl performances and the celebrity entertainment there. And then also he's going to be helping with their social justice reform department. And before I get into everything, Jay, I just wanted you to chime in and just let me know your initial thoughts before I just rattle off some facts from this situation.
Well, you know what? I'm torn because I feel like I feel like for everyone right about now, we should just sit back and wait. We should have waited to see what would have happened before we jumped the gun, because either A, he was going to crash and burn, or B, now he knows everyone wants him to crash and burn, so he's now going to change his whole tune. Like, we don't know what the big scheme was. We didn't know what he was going to do, and automatically everyone just jumped the gun it was kind of like I always. Okay, so I say all this to say I had a problem with him sitting doing the actual interview because it seemed like he felt uncomfortable and he wasn't really sure about what the heck he was doing. Because when you hear Jay-Z is normally confident in what he's going to say, and he's not slouched. He's sitting up. He was just slouching, comfortable, I guess, but he wasn't really sure about what he was trying to deliver to the masses. And you can tell because that's what everyone is saying. Body language, they're breaking it down. And the bad part is there's a lot of stuff going on now as far as Jermaine Dupri was offered something like this, and Jay-Z called Jermaine Dupri, told him don't do it. Now, all due respect to Jermaine Dupri, I believe anyone could pull this off, it would be Jay-Z out of all the rappers. I think Jay-Z would do a better job than Puffy. I know for sure he'll do a better job than Jermaine Dupri, because for me, Jermaine Dupri, he's never on the up and up. The man stayed.
Well, don't sleep on Jermaine. Remember, Jermaine is he's responsible for some pretty powerful voices in the hip hop and R&B industry. Remember, he revived Mariah Carey's career. Yeah, he's asleep for a lot of them, but he be doing stuff on the low. He does stuff on the low.
But also, I feel like Jermaine Dupri, for me, he can't even keep his business afloat. Every time you turn around, the man is filing for chapter XYZ. So, I mean, come on, man. We got to make sure we have somebody. So that's why I feel like for the hip hop or for the entertainment industry, I feel like if it wasn't Jay-Z, it should have been Steve Stout. You know what I'm saying? Or even, and it could have also been a Russell Simmons if he didn't get caught up in the BS. But I feel like
he was found innocent.
Isn't that funny? Found innocent, but he is now forever doing yoga in a dark studio with the lights off. Never ever to be seen again. But so I say I wish we would have just sat back and watched, because I feel like now whatever Jay-Z is going to do, I don't know if it was ever really the first thing he was going to do.
Right. I like that viewpoint. And to make things more clear, so pretty much the NFL announced that Jay-Z's Rock Nation will serve as the league's official live music entertainment strategist. And their planned duties will include halftime of the Super Bowl, and a core component of the partnership centers on amplifying the NFL's Inspired Change platform. Do you know what's funny about that? What's last part, the Inspired Change platform? The reason that came about is because of Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly. See, so that's another thing. So I feel like him doing this without Colin is kind of like a smack in the face, especially since him and Colin, they quote unquote talk a lot. But I feel like also, like I try to explain to people, like my wife, whoever else wants to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick was offered jobs, but I'm pretty sure the jobs that he was offered came with stipulations. So with that being said, we don't really know what the stipulations were on why he didn't take the job. But I feel like his actual significant other is a reason why he's also not getting the job, because her mouth is just too big.
Is that a ghost? Is that a ghost in this house again?
Yes, it is. Again.
Oh my goodness. Why does that ghost keep coming back?
Listen. You better let Jesus take the wheel, because you got to get them ghosts out the house.
I need to burn some sage in here, man.
But so that's why I feel like because I was talking to my wife and I was like, the problem with Colin is I feel like Colin, when he took this money that he won for the NFL, he can no longer say anything bad about him, because he never says anything. But his mouthpiece, aka his significant other, she says everything bad about him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's something I heard from somebody else today. They were saying Colin needs to talk.
Yes, and I wonder why he's not talking. And I wonder, and I'm wondering, at first I would say it has something to do with the settlement, but he wasn't talking before the settlement.
Yeah, yeah, he's very.
I don't.
But
Yes, I don't know
he
what
might
he's
not trust
doing.
his voice either. But he might not trust what he's gonna say.
I don't know, but she ain't doing a good job either. Cause
Nah,
yo, listen, she was the first one to come out and say Jay-Z ain't talked to Colin. That was right. And then when Colin Kaepernick was about to get a job with Baltimore Ravens, she blew that whole job up. She was like, she called Ray Lewis and the owner Django.
no. Samuel Jackson's character from Django,
Yes,
the house Negro
House Negro.
and the
Yes,
slave master. Yeah.
exactly. But still, it's like, come on, man. And it's like nobody got time for that because I'm pretty sure that when he got the job offered at Denver, like nobody wants all this.
Extra
Uh,
media attention.
yes, but I feel like guys, listen. At the end of the day, don't put the camera on them when they're kneeling. Listen, nobody pay attention to Marshawn Lynch. That man eat bananas and fruit during the national anthem. They say you shouldn't be eating. This dude, yo,
Because they're trying to stop the person who started everything. They want to make an example and say, like, this is what's going to happen to you if you make big strides towards social change.
yeah. So that's why I'm more like, listen, I don't have a problem with this. I think it's kind of weird because he was the same one that said I don't need NFL. They
Oh, I
need
got the line. I got the line.
so
He said, I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me. I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. But then you go and sign a deal with the NFL to host the Super Bowl shows. Like,
yeah. And my
what's
thing is
good?
this. Gotta be careful on what you do because you could be on top of the world one day and at the bottom the next. Because now he has to turn around and tell everybody who turned the NFL down, hey, let's do this. And when he get the door slammed in his face, he gonna look real bad.
Here's the thing, though. I think a lot of people are split, but the hip hop community is riding with them. And this is a
Riding with
problem I
who?
have
Riding with who?
with Jay-Z. And this is the problem I have. We need to stop praising these musicians like Jay-Z and Beyonce like they're gods or they're without fault or they are like eternal beings. They're humans that just happen to be good at a craft and capitalize off of that craft. They're just normal, just like any of us. So, like the hip hop community doesn't think he did any wrong. He did wrong in this. He did wrong because you can't say I'm standing with Colin, da 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 da, but then you're talking to what's the dude name, Roger
Goodell.
Goodell. You're talking to him for a year and you don't consult with Kaepernick about this situation at all, and then you say, okay, now he might be part owner of a NFL team, and it's like you're saying, yeah, we've been kneeling for like a long time now. Now it's time to stop kneeling and actually do some change. And it's like, dude, you realize that Colin Kaepernick was putting millions of dollars into social change programs and teaching kids about their rights with the cops, right? And then it's like you can't be with the NFL and partner with their social change platform, and then they don't hire Colin Kaepernick back in the NFL, because that's like, so pretty much you're saying, yeah, we're for change. We're just not going to allow the person who sparked this dialogue and got this going in the first place to play in the NFL. It's not about getting Colin a job, but it's like you can't say, oh yeah, we're for change, but we're not going to allow this guy that exercised his First Amendment right into the league. That's hypocritical.
No, I agree. And I also feel like, people got on him. He was like, yo, we passed kneeling. Like, how can you say we passed anything? That pisses a lot of people off too. Like, what do you mean we passed kneeling?
Yeah, and did you ever kneel?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yo, Jay-Z, let's be honest. This only when this benefited you, now you down for it. Prior to that, you was you were down with us until it benefited you. Now you're like, okay, guys, basically it's like you and I protesting, right? You and I and a whole bunch of people we protesting. We're doing a strike for Amazon. And we're all protesting. All of a sudden, the manager come out was like, whoever lead the protesting line right now will get an extra $5,000 in their own office. You start seeing people like dropping it. That's what Jay-Z basically did.
Pretty much.
Basically that's what he did. It's like, oh wait, they gonna give a better offer? Yo, son, listen, I'm all down with the cause, but it's some money over here we can't leave on the table. But
Yeah,
I also say,
mm.
I feel like in order for us to make change, we have to be at that table. If we're not at the table where decisions are made, how can you ever change anything? You're gonna be that person outside picketing. You're not gonna be that person who's telling the manager, "Hey, you know what? I think I know how to get those people to come in." No, you're gonna be the opposite. You're gonna be the person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be at the table. You have to.
Here's my take on this. Isn't Jay-Z supposed to be worth $1 billion right now? And doesn't he have worldwide influence? Why do you need to be at that table? Why not build your own table?
Yes.
Why do you need to be talking to them? Like Jay-Z on his own, being worth $1 billion, allegedly, and
after taxes, $999.
Yeah, I know. And having the influence that he has, why does he need to partner with the NFL for? Why? He could have did his own thing. Like, that's the thing. It's like you really don't need them. You can do your own thing. So to me, it really looks like a cash grab. Because like,
it is a
what
cash
are you
grab.
gonna? Yeah, like, what are you doing with the NFL that you couldn't do without them? What is he doing with the NFL aside from getting paid that he couldn't do without them? Answer that.
You know what? Listen, you don't know what that man. Listen. You know what people keep on getting them on? I'm a businessman. Like, yo, at the end of the day, listen, there's nothing Jay-Z could have done, but I think Jay-Z, I just feel like you're right. What you just said is right. There's nothing really that he needed to sell his soul just to get a deal. My only thing is, I feel like, okay, Jay, we got you. So I just feel like we should have just waited.
Yeah, I think people.
Because guess what? Now he could change the whole narrative. We'll never know.
Exactly.
So guess what? So he kind of came in there as an asshole and be like, you know what? I tricked you, suckers. Yo, Colin, you hired, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Or he kind of came in talking about, I don't know them. For those black people out there, I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where he was going with this. But now, guess what? We're giving this man enough time to take the test. It's this, you know what I'm saying? We can't hit him with the pop quiz. He's studying now. That's why Jay-Z ain't saying anything. You go on his website, he ain't saying anything. Jay-Z is now trying to
figure out how to do damage control.
Exactly. Yeah. And guess what? We allow him to do that. So everybody with their big ass mouths, we should just sat back and just watched. That's all we should have done.
Because at the end of the day, he comes off as hypocritical, yes. And he has done things for social justice reform. He has done things. So I can't go without saying, like, he has bailed black people out of jail, and he has been to, I think, protests for Mike Brown, I believe, in Ferguson. And he has done good things, like the documentary on Trayvon Martin and Khalif Browder. So he's done good things. I just think the NFL is using him as a pawn right now. It's like, oh yeah, look, we're great. We have Jay-Z. See, social change. Look, we're not as bad as you think we are, even though we're not going to hire Colin Kaepernick. So
yeah, but you know the thing is, let's be honest. It's not the fact they're not going to hire him. It's who has Colin Kaepernick. Let's be honest. Like seriously, you and I have a real honest conversation.
Okay.
Is he worth all of the backlash? And I want to say, if I was an owner, I'll say no. The difference between Colin Kaepernick and Mike Vick, I think also, is that Mike Vick left on top. Colin Kaepernick didn't leave on top. Colin Kaepernick left with a bad winning record. You know, and that's what people always bring up. He left with a bad winning record. He got beat by Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert is like one of the worst white quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like, you left on a low. And yeah, we see you practicing and stuff, but are you worth? Because you gotta understand, if we bring him back in and we lose some of our fans, okay, that's cool if he gonna give us some wins. But is he really gonna give us? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I think that's the biggest thing. I think if it was, I think it was anyone else, and they felt that okay. Cause don't forget, 76ers, not the 76ers. The Eagles. They got, oh my God, they had PETA and everybody protesting every freaking day. But once Mike Vick started winning, people forgot. And then before you know it, it was like, okay, guess what? Mike Vick, he resurrects his career. He signs another $100 million contract. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of one of those stories. It was kind of like, we can work with this. But we don't really know how good he is going to be, number one. And God forbid if he gets hurt, Colin. Yes. Yeah. And God forbid Colin get hurt on your team. Oh gosh. Now look. Now you got the fans who don't believe in what you did that was right. They leaving. And then you got the fans who feel like you set them up. Nah, man. That is just you be damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Here's my counter to that. Mm-hmm. You might actually see more progress because your black base is going to be stronger. Think about it, like Nike, right? Mm-hmm. Nike, when they put Colin Kaepernick on their promotion squad for the new campaign they had with Colin Kaepernick gear and everything, they lost a lot of supporters, white supporters specifically, and their stocks dropped that same day he had the commercial that aired where he was on the commercial. And then the next couple of days, the stock just skyrocketed up, their stock. So it's like, yeah, but it's a gamble you take. But I think that the fan base would be so strong that they would support it. Black folk will buy anything to prove a point. Like, you got black folk in the hood buying Gucci and Louis. No, they can't afford the rent, but they buy it just to prove, oh yeah, I can hang with the Joneses. Yeah, I'm nice, I'm fly. So as high priced as those tickets are, you'll lose white fans, but I guarantee a bunch of black fans will be like, all right, you rocking. And they're going to go and just buy a whole bunch of tickets.
True that. So I heard you saying, but see, once again, I feel like no one wants to. But first of all, look at it like this. When they offer him the job, every time they offer the job, Nessa messed it up. Okay?
So he needs to, and not to sound misogynistic, but he needs to put a cap on his woman. He needs to be like, yo, shush.
Yeah, the only problem is, I don't see, but that's the weird part. He never does. So it makes me want, I asked my wife, I said, he's still alive? Or, as far as is she, what I'm saying? Like she put him in a cave or something and she's talking for him. Like, have you really seen Colin in the last week? Because I feel like every time something happens, she's the one that's talking. It's like, gosh, Colin, man, you look weak alone. This is your, and the reason why he looks weak is not because you're having your woman talk for you. You look weak because this is your business. This is your situation. Every man should talk for himself. That's like us at the age we are, having our mothers call our job, talk about my son ain't coming in because he feels sick. What? Come on, man, I'm firing you because you got issues. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like, come on, grown people do grown people stuff. If you have a problem with something, handle it by all means. If you don't handle it and you got your woman handling it, then you look weak. Yeah, and weak to the point, or not even weak. It looked like your woman is running everything, and that's not a good look. So
yeah, and I was just gonna add a plug. Yo, Nessa is loving this attention because this is the most plays she has ever gotten. Because anybody was checking for her on her radio show, unless dudes that were trying to get with her or something like that. But
that's cute. So dudes are trying.
This like a Lala situation. Like, you ain't really popping until you attach yourself to a big name.
Yeah, you ain't lying, because nobody's listening to Nessa. And Nessa can't even get fired for Hot 97 because now we're gonna be looking at it like Jay-Z did it.
Oh shoot.
You feel me, son?
Yeah, you're right.
So she gotta keep her job. If the ratings suck or whatever, she still gotta keep her job.
Yeah, not to going on Nessa or anything like that, but it was just an observation I had.
What's up, Nessa, with your pretty smile, girl? How you doing? Okay.
Nah, you know what? She seems like someone that will get on my nerves after a while, though.
Nah, not me. She seemed like she'll just. You know what? Well, no, listen. I'm convinced these women they got two faces.
Two faces.
Yeah,
what are
man.
those two faces?
You know, on the street they talk a lot of junk, but behind closed doors, think about Erica Menace. Everybody, you see,
Who's that?
okay, so Erica Menace was she was on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
She was she was linked to a lot of people, but a famous person was DJ Envy. DJ Envy had an affair with her. She was also linked with Bow Wow. And when you see, you know, and also her most recent boo was Safari. So you see this lady, you see her on TV.
That Erica Mena. I thought you talking about Chad Ochocinco's ex-wife.
Oh nah, see her too though. Her too.
They all look they all look the same, dude.
But it's not even the fact
I mean, their names sound the same.
They do, but not even saying that. It's just like you see them like on the TV. You like, yo, can't take it. But I guarantee you on lights, they're probably the sweetest women. Because it has to be a reason why these dudes do not see what we see on TV. And I'm thinking it's all about lights, camera, and action. So I think that's
ignore it.
Nah, son. Anybody ignoring them, those devils. But nah. So I feel like Nessa.
She's not a devil though. Nessa's not a devil or anything.
I ain't calling Nessa a devil.
I'm just saying she looks like she'd be
other
annoying.
two devils.
I'm just saying she looks like she'd be annoying. That's what I'm saying.
Chill. Probably so.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Looks like. That's not saying she would. And then it's like, what do you mean by annoying? Annoying meaning just like, I don't know, just annoying. Like you can only take certain personalities in doses. Like me, I can only take certain personalities in doses. If you're like really intense all the time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Funny.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm weird like that. I don't know why. I don't know how we got into this topic. My random thinking. I turn to you. Let me hit that random button.
Yes, y'all. But yeah. So I mean, this whole NFL thing, I just feel like I feel like we jumped the gun too quick, and now whatever Jay-Z does, I don't really know if it was ever really the first thing he was going to do. You know, and
worshiping Jay-Z like he's a great person.
But I think we also need to stop worshiping and start feeling sorry for Colin Kaepernick too. And what I mean by that, and what I mean by feeling sorry, I mean we have to understand that what are we really fighting for now when it comes to him? Because like a lot of football players, now they're fighting for his job, but that's not what we first were fighting for. We were first fighting for the injustice, and now everybody's talking, okay.
And
well,
the thing is,
I'm mad at Jay-Z because Colin doesn't have a job. And like, well, that's not what the whole kneeling was about.
And my thing is, if you really fight the NFL, stop watching it. Like I stopped watching NFL point blank period. I stopped watching. So it's like, I don't support anything they do. The end.
And also, it's kind of funny that the people that also screaming they have a problem with the NFL actually works for the NFL and actually getting a check. So do you really have that much of a problem?
Well, all right, it's funny you mentioned that because this woman, I overheard her talking loudly on the phone today. And she was saying, how are you going to protest at your job when your job tells you not to do that? If you don't like it, then leave and get another job. But I'm like, these guys trained all their lives to be football players. That's all they know. So it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? You can't just bounce to be like, I'm going to find another career. Dude, I trained my entire life to be a football player. Now that I am a football player, I found out there's something within football I don't like. And I'm doing something.
Stop. See, I think this is where we all go wrong at.
Okay.
You said something, and I was hoping you didn't say it, and you said it. When you said there's something wrong in football. So check this out.
Uh-huh.
I feel like a lot of us, we don't really know what the heck is really the problem. The problem is, because I look at it two sides. So, okay. We're fighting for the injustice, right? Right?
Which injustice?
For the brown people, black people, as far as, the cops brutality, the killings, right?
Yeah, and social justice for all.
Social
it's a very
justice
vague term,
right?
but I think pretty much it focuses on blacks.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Okay? We're gonna make this so basic. We're gonna bring it down to our level, okay?
Yeah.
I work for Neopost. I'm gonna throw my company out. I work for Neopost, right?
Dang, son.
I don't care. So I work for Neopost, right? So is it Neopost's problem? Why is Neopost the reason why black people
There's
are getting
police,
shot and getting killed?
police brutality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is Neopost the reason why? No, right? Neopost.
No.
Okay, so Neopost isn't the reason why. It's the cops, right? So how can I get mad at Neopost and Neopost tells me, hey, listen, when you come here to work. I get it and I understand, but here at Neopost, we sell printers, we sell this, we sell that. We don't sell that, what you're trying to bring here. So can you really get mad at Neopost? And Neopost says, Jay, listen, I understand what we can do is we can talk behind the scenes, but when you come here to work, let's just work. And I
Here's the
think that's what
difference.
people. Okay,
Here's
what's
the
the difference? What's the difference?
Here's the difference. Colin Kaepernick didn't agree with what the national anthem stood for.
Yes.
And so he was sitting down during the anthem. He was like, yo, they're singing this national anthem. They're saying this is the land of the free, home of the brave, but I don't see that because my people being killed, right? He's sitting on the bench, right? No one's paying attention to him. Then, what was it? A military vet? A vet said, hey, like, that's disrespectful. Why not kneel during the national anthem?
Okay.
So he's like, okay, if a vet said this, then okay, I'll do it. So he's kneeling, showing respect during the national anthem, but still saying that I don't believe in what it represents, right? And that's when the camera zooms in on him, and then they make it a bigger issue than what it is. So Colin didn't come out saying, yo, I'm like, I am like, see me, see me. The media and the NFL made it about him, and the NFL allowed the pressure that they got from outside forces to force him out. So that's the difference. If say at Neopost, sorry to cut you off, but just let me finish real quick.
Okay,
say at Neopost, they have the Pledge of Allegiance, right, every day, or the national anthem, and everybody, it's not written in your rule books, but everybody just stands up and they put their hand over your heart every time in the morning when you get there and the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance plays, right? And instead of doing that, what you do is you just sit in your cubicle and get work done. There's no rule that says you can't do that, but that's what you do. Then one day, your supervisor or whatever comes to you and they're like, hey, I really like it if you stood during the Pledge of Allegiance. And you're like, well, it's my First Amendment right not to, and I don't agree with what it's saying. And then because of that, they fire you. That's wrong.
Okay, now that story would be great if everybody else that kneeled to this day got fired, but they didn't. So, right? There's a lot of people still kneeling to this day who are doing the same thing Colin Kaepernick said. No,
they made an example out of him. They're making an example out of him.
Okay, but I think
well, there's only 3 people still kneeling, just so you know. There's only 3.
Yeah, 3. But I feel like also, don't forget, Colin Kaepernick also ruffled a lot of feathers. And I think it's good, now I think about it, it's a good thing he's not talking, because every time the mic was in his face, he just
like
first
the
of all,
voting thing.
yeah, he didn't sound sure about what the hell he was really protesting about. Like as far as this, no matter how you feel about cops, the last thing you could do is talk about them in a manner, and not really the manner he did, because I think he had like a shirt, say a pig. He had something that the cops picked up. Yeah. And then also like Fidel Castro, he was wearing that T-shirt in Miami when he was trying to get a Miami job. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like, and a lot of Miami, a lot of Cubans do not really care for Fidel. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he also
dug himself
added. Yeah, he also added to his ousting. Because everybody else is still kneeling, even though it's 3, they're not really saying too much. They're just kneeling and no one's saying anything to them. And when the camera is in their face, they're not saying anything to disrespect or offend anyone else.
Right.
So I feel like Colin, I think his best bet was probably never to say anything. And also, like I said again, and then Nessa isn't helping either, because just imagine, you're a boss. I'm a boss, right? We have an employee that every time we mention something to our employee, somehow it gets leaked. We gonna be like, what the, yo, dang, we can't say nothing to him. But now you can't fire him, meaning you can't, what I'm saying? So it's kind of like she is a reckless mouthpiece, I feel, because every time she open her mouth, it just makes it worse for the situation. Because I feel like Jay-Z, if he was lying, he should get called. He should have got called out, yes. But Colin should have done it. Like, I want to hear Colin's voice. Can he still talk? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and if he has a gag order on him from the NFL, then won't she say it then? It's like she's saying everything else. She blowing up everything else. Why can't? I'm pretty sure somehow somewhere in the legality of something. If I can't say something,
you didn't
I
seem too sure about that one.
yeah, exactly. I want to make sure
legality.
Yeah. I feel like if I can't say something, I can send a family member a text, and be like, hey, listen, so somehow say this, but because she's saying everything else. I just feel like, yo, Colin, eventually you're gonna fall on deaf ears, because when everybody starts saying the same thing, where's Colin? Where's Colin?
Mm-hmm.
People are not going to support your cause anymore if they feel like you're not supporting them.
Mm-hmm.
And a tweet here and a tweet here is still not your voice. So that's why I feel like I think Colin, for the most part, yes, he is definitely whiteballed. But in the same token, I feel like he kind of caused it on himself, as far as, ruffling a lot of other people's feathers, because now that's what people are actually pointing to. Well, we can't bring him here because if we say something, his girlfriend may say something, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, don't ever give somebody fuel to the fire. And I felt like he's giving fuel to the fire. And now it's like, if Jay-Z was going to bring in Colin, he ain't bringing him in now. You can't trust Nessa.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Nessa got them lips. Honeycomb lips.
Stay on topic. I knew that was gonna throw you off. I just showed random. I showed random a picture of Nessa. Yeah, I knew that was gonna throw him off.
Nessa cute.
Knew that was gonna throw him off.
But yeah. So I feel like, the NFL, they got a lot of cleaning up to do. I feel like Jay-Z, we gave him an out. We basically gave him an out because he now has time to correct his wrong. Even if he was going to do wrong or right, we'll never know.
That's very true. And you're right by saying we need to hear Colin's voice. Otherwise, this is just a dead conversation. I will say this, though. If the NFL didn't want to put him on the team because of all the antics that he had, I think the next best thing would have been, hey, like, we had a lawsuit because we whiteballed you and we didn't want you to play in here, but we will let you be in charge of our social justice department. I think that'll be a middle ground right there.
Yeah, because when it's all said and done, Colin Kaepernick will have to be a fool to even want to play in the NFL now, because I wouldn't trust anybody.
Yeah, someone listen. What the coach talked to your front line?
2010. Yeah, 2010. It was the Saints. The Saints. They're one of their defensive coaches were paying their players to like really hurt people. They call it bounty gate. You don't think they'll do that to Colin?
Exactly. Their coach would be like, listen to his blockers or whatever in the front. They'd be like, yo, on the next offensive play, back off and let the defense just hit him, and then that could be it.
Yeah. So it's like, Colin, dude, no, That's like getting caught, right? Talking shit about somebody, and then you gotta go to work or see that person the next day. Yeah, it's never really gonna be the same. You might as well just cut your losses and bounce. So yeah, man. Listen, all I gotta say is, have I boycotted the NFL? I could care less. I only watch it for noise in the background. I'm really looking forward to basketball. To be honest with you, you know, when I do go hang out with my buddies, it's more of a social thing. So it's not like
Nobody judging you. Nobody's judging you
no, no,
because
no,
I mean,
no.
bottom line is all these sports industries have a hint of racism in them. So
Of
it's
course,
like it's everywhere. Even in the NBA, like you by contract you have to stand for the national anthem. It's like what?
yes,
What?
by
What?
contract, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't judge you at all. I
Nobody want to
mean,
be a Ray Caruth.
what's that?
Ray Caruth. Wait, it's Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth. Oh no, Ray Caruth is football. What's the Abdul, the guy from
It's the Bulls.
Yes, remember him?
Yeah, the one that was protesting and
Yeah, we ain't
yeah,
never
yeah.
see him again. Ray
Mm-hmm.
Caruth, sorry guys, Ray Caruth is a football player who got his jump off pregnant, and instead of him being a father, he tried to no, he killed the baby. I'm sorry, he killed the mother, and the baby still lived. So Ray Caruth, that's who Ray Caruth is. So sorry about that, guys.
My
Mixed up the
lord.
whole sport. But hey, I'm clarifying it. That's who Ray Caruth is. And can you believe he's getting out too?
Oh no.
What?
He's getting out. Ray Caruth, Ray Caruth did this dirt back in the early '90s.
That
Yeah,
just go to show for all these hoes out here. No offense, but you think you getting over by getting one of these ballers pregnant? I mean, by getting pregnant by one of these ballers? Nope.
dude, can you believe, dude, they found him. Yo, it was a manhunt. He killed his pregnant baby mother.
Hmm.
The baby still lived. The baby has a lot of mental health. The baby is sad what happened to the
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. I bet. I
And
bet.
but they found Ray Caruth in someone's trunk. He was trying to get out of town. They found him in the trunk.
Wow.
Yeah.
How? That's crazy.
I don't know. Somebody must have tipped them off. Or you know what? They were just checking all cars, leaving. Because Ray Caruth played for the Carolina Panthers. He was a good wide receiver too. He's a good football player. And that's why I always say, you know what? Money with these people with mental problems, it only hurts. Only
Mhm.
adds fuel to the fire.
Mhm.
And that's why, like, and this is a sidebar, but I just want to just end it with this because I'm talking about football. If you don't mind, it's a show that I watched with my son called Last Chance U, and Last Chance U is on Netflix. And basically, that's Last Chance U is about these college students who just couldn't make it in regular college, so they go to so they go to this other college to play sports. And you should see how easy this college is, and they still can't make it in this college because of their bad antics. So I try to tell my son, you know what? None of these people should really even have a chance to make it in the NFL because they're already assholes. They're already knuckleheads.
So imagine when
Imagine
they
what
got
money's
money.
going. Imagine what
Woo!
money's going to do.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
imagine what money's going to do for someone who already think they're above the law. Now they have money.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh.
Forget about it.
Because sad but true. I mean, sad, but remember the football player Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp, who's on the show with Skip Bayless.
Shannon Sharp? That's who? No, okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, so it wasn't Shannon Sharp. I forgot his name. I
Say
know his last
what he
name is
did.
Sharp.
Say what he did.
Hold a second. Harper. Hold a second. Well, it was a football player. And he's in jail now. He was found guilty. He was a serial rapist, a football player, serial rapist, and this dude was on TV. So when you think about it, Jay Stokes, money don't mean anything if you got issues.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing too, like we talking about social justice and everything. Are we ever gonna crack down on these football players who abuse their wives and girlfriends? Are we ever gonna talk about that? Are we gonna ever talk about these football players that are out here sexually assaulting women and men? Are we gonna
Sorry,
talk about that?
his name was
Yeah.
Darren. Yeah, I'm sorry. His name was I think his name was Darren Sharp. Sharper. That was his name. So,
Oh,
and who did I say he was? Oh,
Shannon
Sharp.
Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. Well, you know the damn Sharps, man.
Oh my god. Anyways, as I was saying before, like, are we ever gonna crack down on this stuff? Like, how these dudes be beating on their wives and their girlfriends and sexually assaulting women? Like, are we gonna ever crack down on that? It's like, There's so many problems with the NFL.
It is. But check this out. So now back to him. He was an ex-NFL player. He was found
He
guilty.
focused.
Yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? He was found guilty. He's serving 18 years for drugging and raping women. Yo, this
That
dude
should
was
be
actually
life. That
this
should be
dude was
life.
actually on TV while he was raping women. Like he was on the NFL network every morning, having a job on TV. And when you look at this man, no funny business. Like you look at this man, you're like, dude, you can have any woman you want. Like, what the heck is your problem? That's why I said, yo, money don't mean anything. If people got issues, money only makes it worse.
Yeah, I like to say that money reveals the true you. It's like you always had that in you, and that's who you were, but money
Look,
makes it worse. I can't see. But
that's
move the
GQ.
camera. Move the camera up. Nah, he look crazy.
No,
He
but
look
that's
crazy.
GQ right there. That's GQ. Like
That dude
these.
look crazy.
I know, but these damn women around here will love him.
Hey, it's hard for me to turn. It's hard for me to turn that sense on. So
Well, yeah, of
I
course
don't know.
you can't.
Yeah, but that dude look crazy. I was looking in his eyes. That dude look crazy.
Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. No,
Yo, you know what else is crazy though? And I wanted to end on this discussion right here.
what's up?
How Sony and Marvel are no longer gonna be making Spider-Man movies anymore. What? Like,
Well, yeah, you sent you sent that to me, and I'm hoping that they get their act together and make another one because
yeah. So
this is
basically,
retarded.
I read further into it, and pretty much how it worked was Sony and Marvel did a sharing arrangement where they shared the Spider-Man character because Sony owns the Spider-Man character, right? So they allowed Spider-Man to be in Marvel movies, but Sony funded the movies and they gave Marvel all creative control, and all of Marvel got, so every time the movie got a return, Sony got the majority of the profits, and Marvel only got 5% of the
That's
profits.
trash. They do all the work, only get 5%.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't fund the movie. Like the budget comes from Sony, so it's like they have all this money to play with to be creative with. You know what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
and then you got to think about merchandise. So obviously Disney's gonna make money off of merchandise. But anyway, so now I read further into it, and Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Walt Disney, the Walt Disney Company, he actually wanted to make a deal when they sat down at the table again, and he actually wanted to make a deal where he's like, we actually want it to be 50-50. So Sony puts in 50% of the revenue for the movies, and we'll put in 50%, and then we split down the middle. The profits, I don't know why I got a burp. The profits, we split down the middle, and we want access to some of Sony's other characters, like their Venom character and their Miles Morales character from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So Sony's like, nah, like y'all asking for a little bit too much. So it's like the heads at Disney were being a little greedy, and allegedly Sony tried to make a counter offer, and Disney was like, nah. So Sony might not be the issue in this new development. But I will say that the last Spider-Man movie that just came out, Spider-Man Far From Home, made over $1 billion worldwide. So why are you being so ridiculous when look how much money you can make? You know what I mean? I feel like Disney, if this is true, Disney should have been more lenient on their demands. I think they could have demanded more money because obviously they're using the Spider-Man character in a great way. But at the same time, all that money on the table is going to be gone, and the fans are really upset.
I'm trying to see what's 5% of 9 billion. I mean, 1 billion.
5% of 1 billion? That's like 500 million.
Yeah, I know. So what's the problem? I don't understand. Like, take your money and shut the hell up.
Read,
You
man.
didn't even listen. You didn't even fund it, and you getting all that money. You didn't even fund it.
I'm trying to do it now. Look, my calculator doesn't even go up that high.
Mine doesn't either. Mine stopped at 999999999.
I think it's 50. I think it's 50 million.
It is 50 million. It's 50 million.
Dude, and that's not good enough.
And 50 million is not good enough, and you didn't even add nothing. Only thing it was directed.
And you guys got other characters that you're making billions of dollars off of.
Because don't forget, Sony could just turn around and hire everybody who already, or hire everyone who directed the movie. Like, all right, cool. You don't want to work with us? That's all right. We take all your people who already did everything. Boom.
You think Sony could do that?
If they're not under contract.
True. But
This
this messes everything up. This messes a lot of things up. I know it's going to be really hard for the fans because Spider-Man was starting to get woven into the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Listen,
and fans
Tony died. He died too.
Oh, shoot.
Bye-bye.
But his last movie was really nice and it set the scene up for something really good. So that's why I'm like, listen, why would you just mess that up for the fans alone?
Listen, at one point, Wesley Snipes owned the rights to Blade. Does he still own the right, or did he lose that in his tax debt lawsuit?
He probably lost it.
But what I'm saying is not Sony, Marvel. So at the end of the day, let's just see what happens. You know, everyone's talking now. They probably want the fans to get all excited about fucking Spider-Man 3. Who cares? I just want to watch what's coming out next. Anything else coming out next?
Black Widow, I think.
Come on, man. Don't bore me with that shit.
Dude, I'm so mad they're making a Black Widow movie. She's the least interesting character in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, in my opinion.
Nah, son. Nah.
I think so, yes. I think Mantis is more impressive than she is.
Who?
Mantis, the chick from Guardians of the Galaxy. The green alien girl.
That's her name?
Mantis, yes.
I thought her name was something else. What he called her? Well, Roll Girl, right? Before Girl?
No, he called her who was he? Who was he?
The guy, Starlight.
Star-Lord. Oh my God, Starlight.
Starbright.
Oh my God. No, Mantis. That was her name, Mantis.
No, I thought her name was. No, I thought they called her.
Do you know the character? You know the character I'm talking about. You think about Gamora. You're not talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about Gamora.
No, I'm talking about Mantis. Mantis is like a. Oh my God! Did you see the second Guardian? Did you see the second Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Remember that thing with the antennas?
She was not green. I thought she was pink.
No, she was like pale greenish.
Dude, I thought she was pink. That's why I was like, is he talking about the green antenna roach?
Oh my God.
Yo,
anyways.
Oh yes. Man, yeah.
I don't like Scarlett Johansson, for those of you out here who need to know. I don't like her at all. She's an entitled thing.
Yeah. Nice word. Nice word.
I don't appreciate her or her comments. She feels so entitled. I feel like the Jungle Book by Jon Favreau would have been better if she didn't come back to play the snake. Oh my God. I don't like her. I really don't like her. There's no movie that she has been in that I
did a bad job in Ghost in the Machine. She messed that whole thing up.
She wasn't supposed to be in it. It was supposed to be an Asian person.
Should have been an Asian person.
They whitewashed the movie.
What's new? What's new,
on
Jason?
that note.
Yes.
On that note. It's been great.
Yeah, always been great.
Yeah, I will try and upload this as soon as possible. I still got to upload the last video.
That's all right. No one knows the order.
Yeah, I know. So they'll be listening to this, and the last video will be uploaded. They'll be like, "How the last video? Check out our last video, episode 50. This is episode 51."
There you go. We doing it, boy. Don't worry about the order. Just listen.
Exactly. Listen and learn and critique.
Yes, y'all.
And write on our comment section. Follow us on YouTube, Chemistry Productions, K3MISTRY. Email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com and follow our Tumblr page. You got any last words, Random?
No. Rock on. Nah, definitely. Nah, man. Listen, this show's been good. And that's it, man. Can't wait for the next show. It's gonna be next week, though, right? We ain't doing a show tomorrow, right?
No, it's gonna be next week.
Okay, episode 52 next week. Watch out for the mixtape. Oh man, yo, have a good night, man.
All right, man.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.